Hey, hello world, how's everybody out there? I'm in my money making room discussing some activity about the poverty on a global scale. You know, poverty is everywhere. And I discussed some of the 10 of the largest countries in the world. And out of those 10 largest countries in the world, there's much poverty in them. So the 10 largest countries in the world, according to www.internetworldstats.com/stats8-htm, is China, India, United States, Indonesia, Brazil, Pakistan, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, Japan. My book, 5 Steps to Reinvent Your Life Forever, is in every last one of those nations, changing the lives of billions of people daily as I sleep in my bed at night and walk this earth. The purpose of this book right here is to take poverty out of your life, based on the truest book of the world, the Holy Bible. A book that will not lie. That's whatever is spoken in here, it shall perform. The God of this book right here does not require you to honor Him as God, Lord, or Savior to get all the stuff you want from Him that He has promised you out of this book. You see, this book right here, the Holy Bible, has lost the respect in the world. Many people don't believe in the author of this book, the God of this book. They don't even believe the contents of this book. Yet this is the truest book in the world. The best-selling book out of all books. No book in the earth outsells this book. Yet it's the most hated book. It's to have the most hated God. Very contested. And the most controversial book in the earth. Yet it is the truest book in the world. And most people in the earth don't want to have anything to do with it. Even the ones who say they worship the God of this book. They don't even really want anything to do with the book. Now, isn't that a shame? However, God said, because the world is getting ready to shut down, and the days is upon us, which I have another book called The Saving of a Soul, called The Hereafter. It's entitled The Saving of a Soul, called The Hereafter. It took me 11 years to put this book in print. Man, Brainstorming with God, part 1. It's dealing with the soul. We're not talking about the soul. We're talking about stuff and things. Now, do you have poverty in your life? You want to reinvent your life? Do you enjoy the life you have right now? You wish you could change it, but have no clue how? Well. This is your blessed day. I would not use the word lucky. I would say this is your blessed day. There is a book in the world called 5 Steps to Reinvent Your Life Forever. The information in this book right here is motivational, inspirational, and transforming. It will change everything about your life. It will empower you to have the life of your world. The life that you've been dreaming and fantasizing all your life and never had any idea how to bring it into existence. The process is in this book because it comes out of this book. There's a clear path from God for success of any way you want it, people. Whatever success you want, it's in this book. It's in this book. Whatever you want, it's in this book. Yes, it is. Now, thought is the reason for everything in your life and in my life. Thought. Poverty is everywhere. It's everywhere. It's all in every last one of the 10 of the largest countries in the world. Poverty will always be here. where you don't have to be a part of it. I'm building an empire of churches out of the information that's in this book. An empire of churches, putting mega churches in every state of the United States of America out of the information that's in this book. Of course, I have a lot more information that's in me. I couldn't put 23 years of wisdom. 23 years of wisdom. I couldn't put 23 years of wisdom in a little ebook. But I guarantee you this, there's enough wisdom in this book for you to create whatever you want in your life. If you want $1 billion, there's enough wisdom in this book for you to bring $1 billion in your life. Because number one, money is simply an idea. And the God of this book, He will do one thing. He will help you to establish your thoughts so you can think on a level to create $1 billion idea, $1 billion plan, $1 billion vision, or $1 billion goal. Proverbs 16:3. Let's talk. Let's see what he said. Proverbs 16:3. I should come from my old Bible. Proverbs 16:3. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. Oh, praise His mighty name. It's all about your thinking, people. It's all about your thinking. Everything about your life is a product, is a reproduction of your inner thoughts. And whatever you want to happen in your life today, you have to, tomorrow, you have to give quality thoughts today. But most people don't know how to come out. They don't know how to think in the right framework to produce the life that they want. That's why this book is now on the globe. That's why this is why this book is now on the planet. And this book shall be used by humanity all the way until the end of the world. Do you hear me talking to you? Every person born in the earth uses their brains to think, or use their mind to think. But most people in the world are thinking incorrectly, which has given them a very dissatisfied life. There are billions of people in this world right now hate the life that they are living today. But this book right here will change 1 billion people's lives who hate the lives that they are living today into the life that they truly want. The power is in this book to give 10 billion. If it was 10 billion people on this planet, and they all was living miserable lives, the information in this book will have the information in this book. If a person will apply the principles and the principles and the precepts and the action steps in this book, if 10 billion people was on this planet and all of them had miserable lives, 10 billion people will become happy people. That's the power that's in this book, people. You know why? Because it came from this book, from the truest book of the world. So whatever you want in your world, it's through your thought process it's going to come in there. And how to think and bring it into your world is outlined in this book, which came from this book. Let's talk about Japan. The poverty that's over there in Japan. It's one of the 10 largest cities in the world. There's a lot of poverty over there in Japan. I search, I look for places where poverty is. And I make sure that this book is there. 5 Steps to Reinvent Your Life Forever. Because this book, I decree, this book is #1 in China and Japan. 5 Steps to Reinvent Your Life Forever. Eradicate the poverty that's in so many Chinese people and Japanese people in the world. Let me tell you, they say in China, 1 out of every 3 women lives in poverty. There are a lot of women in China. The men outnumber the women, I believe, in China. But, listen to this right here. This was on Tokyo Press TV. And it was from a site, Catherine Makino, Press TV News, Tokyo Press TV. This is what she said. She said 1 in 3 single working Japanese women is living in poverty. Why? 1 in 3 single working Japanese women living in poverty. Doesn't have to remain that way when single women in Japan. Because 5 steps here. That's why 5 steps is in Japan. It's reaching out to the single women that's living in poverty. There are a lot of women in poverty in Japan. But you don't have to remain living in poverty. And you don't need Jesus Christ. You don't need to believe in the God of this book. You don't need to believe in the God of this book right here. Follow the principle, follow the concepts, and he will take you out of poverty. And you're going to realize that maybe you might be serving the wrong God. Because everything he done said about this book, you're going to realize it's true. Because if he give you what you ask for concerning stuff and things, whether you believe in him or not as God, Lord, or Savior, and you see that he honor his word because he cannot lie, then you're going to know that everything he said about heaven and hell is just as real. But the choice is yours. But this book here is for stuff and things. God will give any person anywhere on the planet all this stuff and things they can believe him for. Yes, he will. There's something else going on in Japan. There are workers in Japan. A lot of workers in Japan. Let's see. Something about Japan, they were saying something about disposable workers. A lot of people in Japan, a lot of the workers who build bridges and highways and all those things, they are no longer employed, and they call them disposable workers. I saw that somewhere, disposable workers in Japan. Oh yeah. This from site's YouTube. It's a meat Shiho, SHIHO FUKADA. Meat Shiho. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. FUKADA. And she's talking about Japan's poor, homeless, outcasted, and forgotten workers on her YouTube. And she was discussing that over there in Japan, there are a lot of workers who help to build skyscrapers and bridges and buildings and help make Japan who she is today. It's called the older generation who built the skyscrapers and bridges and highways, who are now sleeping under the bridges they built. That's not right. And look how many billionaires in Japan and in China, in Japan. Billionaires everywhere over there. Yet these workers they're disposable now. They don't have homes to live in. They don't have shelter. Many of them are sick. It's not good. It's not good. So, that's why God put this book in the world, people. That's why God put this book over there in Japan. Because there's a younger generation coming up. They can't even find jobs. Yet, China is right next to America in the gross domestic product, in the GDP, gross domestic product. I think, let's see, yeah, America's #1 as far as according to CNN Money in 2014. They say the GDP, United States is first and China is next. And let's see, who is this? Oh, I can't miss that one up. Anyway, Japan is on as well. Japan, she's down there. Japan. Oh, that may be Japan above Germany. I don't know. Anyway, much poverty in the world. But the disposable workers in China, in Japan, And there's a new generation coming up, look like they're going to end up being disposable workers as well. Well, if you're in Japan, here, get this book. 5 Steps to Reinvent Your Life Forever. You don't need Jesus Christ as your God, your Lord, as your Savior. You can become a billionaire in Japan. You can become a billionaire in China. You can become a billionaire in Brazil. You can become a billionaire in India. You can become a billionaire in Nigeria. You can become a billionaire in Bangladesh. You can become a billionaire in Hong Kong. Wherever poverty is, you can become. You don't have to remain in poverty. 5 Steps to Reinvent Your Life Forever. God put it in the earth for people who are without and are the less fortunate of the world. If they want to get poverty out of their world, have better access to what's already theirs. The process is in this book right here. 5 Steps to Reinvent Your Life Forever. You don't have to remain poor. And you don't have to continue living a life that you hate. But you have to give God time. You have to give your mind time to rethink. Because your thoughts, the life that every person is living right now, are the thoughts that they thought yesterday, which has caused them to have their future today. You see, an idea is a non-physical seed. And all seeds produce. If you plant a grain of corn in the ground, and that grain of corn connects with the earth, something begins to happen. Magic begins to happen. Nobody knows. It just happened because that's the way God has set it up. And you water that seed, nothing's going to stop that seed from coming up and producing the inside of that seed. And so is it with your idea. Our ideas are non-physical seeds. And whatever the contents of that idea is, if it is made and you form a belief, you believe in that idea. I don't care if the idea calls for 1 billion people to be a part of the process. I don't care if the idea requires $1 billion for its life. I don't care if the idea requires endless amount of material. Whatever the contents of that idea is, all you have to do is have a belief that it will work. And just like the earth, when it connects with a seed of corn, magic begins to happen. When your idea, whatever it is, no matter how complex it is, when you begin to believe your idea and you form a belief that you can have this thing based on process, based on the promises of this book, of the God that He said He will not lie, which is outlined in this book right here to take you from A to D, to show you how to process your thinking and what you must do in order to receive the fruit of your non-physical seed, which is an idea, to come in your life just as whatever the idea holds within it. It will come into your life based on what this book right here said, the God that you don't even have to believe in for stuff and things. And believe me, this is true right here. Mark 9:23. Let's do what he said, Mark 9:23. Mark 9:23. There's nothing you cannot bring in your life if you believe it. Because this is the God that's going to do it for you, just to show you He don't lie about anything. And when He give life to your idea, which is your non-physical seed, you're going to realize everything you said about this book about heaven and hell is real as well. That's why I got 5 Steps to Reinvent Your Life Forever is in the world, to bring back the lost respect of the most hated book in the world. Here is the best-selling book of all books, the Holy Bible. Mark 9:23. Listen to what it says. Jesus said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. All things. Not some things, all things. It doesn't matter how much your idea costs, how much your project, what your vision is, how many people is required. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is believe it. And the God of this book, He's going to give life to it. He's going to give created life to it. Just like when a seed of corn go in the ground and it connects with the earth, and you put water on it. And nothing's going to stop that seed from coming up and sprout. And the contents of that seed is going to reproduce out here. So the contents of your idea, no matter what it is going to reproduce in your life because it came out of you. And it's all going to come straight back to you. From the God of this book, He's going to do it and bring it back to you. For stuff and things only. The process is in this book. How you can create whatever life you want. If it's money is your goal, all you need is an idea. Oh, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be money. Whatever. Just want to do good to humanity. The process is in this book where you can be, where you're going to affect billions of people on a global scale. But every person in the world uses their mind to think. And the process is in this book for those who have been thinking incorrectly, to learn how to think correctly, to truly have the life that they desire. Go to Amazon.com, pick up your copy today, because this book should never go into the halls of the forgotten, because every person in the world uses their mind to think. And this book is out, is here in the earth to stay, because it came out of this book. And nothing is going to ever shut this book down. Nothing's going to ever shut this book down, because the thought process came out of this book. And every person in the world uses their mind to think. So go to Amazon.com and start changing your life today. Don't wait until Christmas say you're going to make a New Year's resolution that many don't follow through on anyway. Start your new year today. Start your new year today. Go to Amazon.com and download your copy today. 5 steps to reinvent your life forever, because the book is changing the lives of billions of people on a global scale. Why not you become one of the billions of people that it is change, that has brought a change in your life? Because if you get this book, there will be a change. Because the God of this book cannot lie, nor will He lie. And all you have to do is apply the process in this book, give it time, and allow the God of this book to give you whatever you have thought to bring your life in your life. He'll do it, given time. It's not going to happen overnight. Don't allow anybody to say your life is going to change overnight. They are lying to you. I don't preach lies, people. I preach the truth. Go to Amazon.com, pick up your book, 5 Steps to Reinvent Your Life Forever. This video right here, my last one, is a little bit longer, but you don't have to remain poor. This book is in the world to take away the poverty out of whosoever is able enough to believe whatever their idea is. Well, I'm done for today. I'm in my money-making room where I make billions of dollars daily. Have a great day.